All right. Adult openly gay men can now be leaders of the Boy Scouts. You're conflicted. Should you be happy about equality's march forward, or should you side with the church in questioning the decision? The church has always welcomed boys of any sexual orientation into the Boy Scouts. Church spokesman Eric Hawkins said in a prepared statement, "The admission of openly gay leaders is inconsistent with the doctrines of the church and what have traditionally been values of the Boy Scouts of America." Now, various people have cited different reasons why they think that Boy Scouts should not allow openly gay men. They don't want their kids to become gay. They don't want the role models to be bad. They have fears of child molestation. I don't think any of those fears are based in reality, but I do want to look further at some of their claims so we can understand them a bit more. So first off, what is pedophilia? What is a child molester? Pedophilia is someone who is attracted to someone else who's under the age of 13. A child molester is someone who acts on that attraction. Various studies on the subjects have been pretty conflicting. The amount of statistical significance is low. However, the percentages are fairly similar, within 1 to 2 percentage points of the percent of gay men versus the percent of straight men who are child molesters. What we learned is gay men are not pedophiles, straight men are not pedophiles. Pedophilia doesn't know sexual preference. Here's where the rubber meets the road for me, though. Statutory rape. Here's the kicker. 16 to 17-year-old human beings don't always look that different from 18 to 19-year-old human beings. And so we're to think that magically, people are only going to be attracted to those who they are arbitrarily and legally allowed to be attracted to? Of course not. 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds can all be attracted to older people, and older people can be attracted to them. Let's say me and some other guys wanted to take a group of 16 to 17-year-old girls hiking, swimming, camping for a week. Would that raise your eyebrow? A gay man taking 16 to 17-year-old boys camping in the woods, swimming, hiking, high experience regularly with our shirts off, shouldn't be thought as any different. Everything to do with hormones and what's appropriate, what looks appropriate, and what is the best protection for those 16 and 17-year-old men and for the leader. Boy Scouts of America. Why does the church have any say in this at all? Why do they care? The Boy Scouts of America has always been a God-inspired organization founded on Christian principles. The Scout Law requires young men to be absolutely loyal to God. The church said that they're deeply troubled by the decision of the Boy Scouts of America. I mean, rightfully so. They do have 3 members on the Boy Scouts of America board who represent 430,000 scouts, almost 1/6 of the entire scouting force, and the largest single contributor to Scouts, but they didn't have a say in this rather large decision. In the month of July, those board members were out of the office, so they asked if this Boy Scouts of America could postpone the vote till August. They decided to vote 4 days before August. So naturally, the church that has had apostles on the board since the 30s, and currently the president of the church is the longest person to ever sit on the Boy Scouts of America board, was kind of upset that they didn't at least wait for their input. Largely, the Boy Scouts cited the reason for this decision was due to rising legal costs, because they were being threatened of being sued for discrimination, and they lost around 6% of their scouts last year, which I'm sure was attributed slightly to this controversy. Unfortunately for the Boy Scouts, around 17% of the Boy Scouts are LDS, and they might be leaving. Church spokesman Eric Hawkins, the church has long been evaluating the limitations where scouting is not available. The worldwide needs of the church, combined with this vote of the Boy Scouts of America, is going to cause the church to reevaluate their association with the Boy Scouts. I think that the church has every right to disassociate themselves with the Boy Scouts if they're not willing to allow the church to have a say in the way that things are run and the way policies are decided. We should avoid the appearance of impropriety. And I think that's a protection not only for the Scouts, but I think it's also a protection for the leaders. At the end of the day, I know that my gay friends aren't pedophiles. I know that they wouldn't touch a young boy. I know people who are attracted to 16, 17-year-old girls. Why wouldn't that be the same for gay men to be attracted to 16, 17-year-old men? So think about it. Voice your opinion. I'm sure that there are a lot of them, but just know I love you, whether you're straight or you're gay. I don't think any of you are pedophiles. If you are, don't join the Boy Scouts of America. Don't become a leader. Just remember, you won't love it unless you live it.